haven't really thought about names for the baby.
Well, I figured since you didn't like Luke or Laura, you might have something else in mind.
No, I don't. I just kind of thought that maybe when the baby was born, we'd look into its eyes and know his or her name.
Well, this should be fun for us. You know, why does naming our baby stress you out so much?
I was just explaining to Stone Cold how it would be better in the long run for him to claim his baby with Elizabeth now before it comes out in some other way, you know, like we talked about.
No, he can't. I know that I am flip-flopping all over the place, and I realize that we're talking about your child. And in a perfect world, you should be able to claim your child. But the world is not perfect. It's filled with hidden traps that blow up in your face and ruin your life, and I can't let that happen to my brother. I know that I'm asking a lot, and I know that this is not fair, but please, Jason, you cannot take this baby away from Lucky. He might never recover. Jason, I feel terrible basically begging you to give up that child, but if that baby is born, you know, in this family, it will get all the love and support that it could ever need. I know, us Spencers are really weird, but we learned how to love from my mother with passion and loyalty.
I have to speak up for the other side here. Look, all you have to do is look at Stone Cold to see how this is tearing him up inside. I mean, look at him. He looks awful. He's pale and drawn. I mean, he's taking his motorcycle out and wiping out in the middle of the night. Look, I think what you're missing in your admirable concern for Lucky is that Stone Cold is a unique individual, okay? He internalizes his pain, and it comes out as a disregard for his own safety, okay? So keeping this secret can't be so important that you could risk Stone Cold's health. I mean, his leg, and God forbid his...
Oh, shut up, Spinelli! You are a melodramatic geek who doesn't know the first thing about real life outside of cyberspace.
I appreciate your analysis of my character. It shows to me, Spinelli, that you listened to me, okay? Thank you for that. Let me talk to her alone now, please.
Yeah. Consider the interloper banished.
I can't believe I just said that.
Well, the situation is rough on everybody who knows and cares about it, and it looks like Spinelli.
But I would just rather this weigh down on me for the rest of my life than have my brother find out the truth and have it destroy him. I hate to admit it, but Elizabeth is right. If that baby is taken away from Lucky, I don't even want to think about the consequences. I'm not stressed out. I'm just overwhelmed. A lot has happened since this baby was conceived. It was only a few months ago that I thought I'd be raising these kids on my own.
Well, that's definitely not an option anymore.
Okay, about the name. I really want this kid to be its own person. And just like I didn't want to place Luke and Laura's name on it, I don't want to place my own preconceived notions on him or her either. And I was just kind of hoping this baby would come to the world and tell us who it is.
Well, I like that. But I am the dad, too. So here's the plan. If it's a boy, you get to name it. If it's a girl, I have the honors.
Okay, fine. That's fine.
Okay. Do you feel like celebrating?
Celebrating what?
You don't know what today is now, do you?
Monday?
Well, it's our 1-month anniversary. Considering I almost lost you forever, and we have been together for the past month, I think it's worth something to celebrate. So how about dinner and a toast to our next month of happiness into the next 30,000?
30,000? How many years is that?
Not enough.
Okay, you care about Elizabeth, right?
Of course.
And you want what's best for her? Because if this truth comes out, Elizabeth and the baby will be caught in scandal. You know how judgmental people in this town can be. They will call her a slut or a liar or even worse. I'm telling it like it is. I've been there myself. People like Maxie Jones, who has absolutely no room to talk, will be the first in line to make Elizabeth feel like dirt. The first night that I found out, I hated Elizabeth. I was ready to go tell Lucky what a two-faced manipulator she was. But I realized that the decision that you and Elizabeth made is the right one. Lucky is gonna love that baby like crazy. And that baby will grow up with a family. You know, Grandma Leslie and Bobby and me and my dad. I mean, I know that my dad isn't the greatest selling point. But Nicholas will be there to balance him out. And I think there's another person that will influence the child that you haven't even given thought to. Anyway, that you've considered Sam in all this, but there's an angle that you probably haven't even looked at.
What's that?
Well, when I was young, it was hard to miss the animosity that my dad felt for Nicholas. My mom embraced him and was happy to have him back, but every time that my dad looked at Nicholas, he saw betrayal. And Sam loves you, and she will probably stay with you no matter what my dad did. But if you bring home a child that Sam can't have, a child that you made with Elizabeth, Sam will probably resent that baby and everything that it represents. She will probably look at that child and see the same kind of betrayal that my dad saw with Nicholas.
It's possible, yeah.
I realize that my point of view is biased, but I don't want to see my brother get hurt. And I feel for you too. From experience, I know that it's really hard to lose a child.
You know what? You don't have to go there. I made up my mind. I'm going to stick to it.
Thank you. I was awful to you before, and I am so sorry. You've been nothing but good to me, and you didn't deserve me coming down on you like that.
You're upset about your brother. It's perfectly understandable.
Lucky doesn't know. But I do, and so does Elizabeth, and his recovery is fragile. He can't find out that his wife is having Jason's baby.
Which means Stone Cold will never get to know his child.
We'll be ready in a few minutes.
Great, thank you. Hey, what are you doing here?
Just actually meeting Sam for dinner.
I mean, you lucky.
Yeah, I actually saw you guys at the hospital.
I didn't know you were there.
Are things okay? The baby?
Yeah. We tried to find out the sex of the baby, but the ultrasound was inconclusive. Turns out this child's already trying to protect his privacy. Must get that from his dad. Oh, hold on, hold the door. Thank you.
My pleasure.
You got it. I can scout on the side of the building, but running in heels still works for me. I cannot wait to get home and take these shoes off. Lucky and I made a deal that he gets to pick the baby's name if it's a girl, and I get to choose if it's a boy. I'd really like to honor this amazing gift you've given us. So, is there a name you would like if this
I'm
baby's
sorry,
a boy?
I can't do this.
Thanks. They said that we should be out of here in a few minutes.
Great. Please don't tell anybody about this. It's pretty embarrassing. I think my producer would actually freak. Think about it. The star of Everyday Heroes can't find a way out of an elevator. Not good. Definitely not good.
You mean Jason?
Yeah. He's probably waiting for me as we speak.
Well, Elizabeth and Jason, they can keep each other company until we get there.
You're so cool about it. And doesn't it ever bother you to see them together after last summer?